What is good? Mike Osterman here with Waltz Skateboarding, and in today's video we're talking about the 5 tricks to learn before the Ollie. But why? Now the Ollie gets a lot of hype, and often we see new skaters racing to learn the Ollie without developing foundational skills. Skills like pivoting, shifting weight from one foot to another, being able to absorb impact from hard landings, adjusting foot position from one trick to another, and just simply changing your board's angle without losing your balance and toppling over, which is more difficult than a lot of people think. So here are 5 freestyle tricks that will help you lock down these fundamentals to make mastering the Ollie way easier. Woo! Oh, and one more thing before we get started. These won't be comprehensive trick tips for all the tricks we're going to cover today, but if you go to the description, we'll have links to other videos that break down every trick in detail. Also, be sure to subscribe to Waltz Skateboarding for more trick tips. Okay, I think that's it. Trick number 1. Assuming you've already learned how to push and roll forward on your skateboard, tic-tacs are a great first trick to learn on your board. To do the tic-tac, roll forward slowly and do short consecutive pivots, front side and back side. Notice that when I do the tic-tac, I de-weight my front foot just enough to be able to slide the wheels back and forth. I'm not doing big pivots and lifting my wheels way off the ground. That's important. I also use my shoulders and my arms to lead each pivot. Just about any pivoting or spinning trick on your skateboard is gonna start with your arms and shoulders. Tic-tacs might be a simple start, but they eventually lead to spacewalks and spins and all kinds of other stuff. Next up, we're gonna talk about the tail stop shuffle. Entering and exiting tail stop requires you to shift your weight back over your back foot without losing your balance and banana peeling off the board. The shuffle of the tail stop shuffle involves hopping off of your back foot and onto your front foot, and then switching back, all while remaining in tail stop. Also notice that I don't lean back with my upper body. I keep my shoulders and my hips straight and use my knees to move the board into tail stop position. This is a fun one to practice in the grass if you don't have the confidence quite yet to do it on concrete. But you can do it, and you should eventually take this trick to concrete. You can also push this one into finger flips or truck stands. Oh, although those are a bit more difficult in the grass. Back to tearing up the tennis courts. Am I right? Now, tail stop to rail stand might seem like an intimidating trick, but that right there, developing the ability to drop back to all 4 wheels and take the impact of that landing is an incredibly important skill when learning the Ollie or just about any skateboard trick. To do the rail stand, I'll start in tail stop position with both feet on the tail. I'll use what's usually my back foot to roll the board over onto its side. Meanwhile, the board will slide out from underneath my front foot, and once it's secure on its side, I'll step up onto the wheels. Now this is where things get spicy. In order to get from here back to having all 4 wheels on the ground, you're gonna need to do 4 things. Bend your knees. Bend your knees more. Press down with your toes. Gently press forward with your toes and allow the board drop down gently to all 4 wheels. Now this is a scary part. So if you want to, you can hold onto the fence at your local caged-in basketball court like this, or maybe hold onto a nearby wall to kind of brace yourself as you're dropping down. This part of the trick is vital to developing that feel for landing back on all 4 wheels, to landing on the grip tape. You're not jumping off the board, you're not flipping the board like a kick flip or a rail flip. You're really just pushing the board forward slightly and allowing it to fall back to all 4 wheels. Once you can master this movement, this sense of like landing back on the grip tape and having the wheels touch the ground again, and you can do it comfortably, you are on your way to doing tricks like the Ollie, rail flips, kick flips, and 360 flips, and all kinds of tricks where you leave the ground. But you have to start with a trick like this, where you aren't necessarily leaving the ground, you're simply rolling the board forward. It's a great way to develop those foundational skills. Now, the monster walk is sort of like the tic-tac. However, this time we'll be pressing down on the nose just enough to slide the back wheels 180 degrees, and then doing the same thing with your front foot. You'll find it much easier to do this trick rolling. And just like the tic-tac, I only press down enough on the nose to de-weight my back wheels so that I can slide them across the ground. I'm not doing big slammed steps like that. I am using my shoulders though to drive each turn. Now, if you're not ready for the full 180 degree monster walks like we were just doing, you can start off with penguin walks. Just do small steps rather than those big 180 degree sweeps. Because whether or not you're practicing huge 180 degree flowing monster walks or little penguin walks like that, you're developing board feel. You're getting a sense of where your feet are on the board at all times and getting a sense of how to adjust your weight based on where your feet and your upper body are above the board. That skill is huge. It's a huge part of learning every trick, whether it's a freestyle trick, whether it's Ollie tricks, or whether you're, I don't know, trying to skate the mega ramp or something. I don't know, I'm a freestyler. Now, freestyle skateboarders rarely do one trick at a time. Freestyle is all about combining tricks and flowing together with them. Oh. It's about learning something and putting it into a combination or a trick sequence with footwork. You get the idea. For trick number 5, and as a challenge to you, I'd like to see you do all 4 tricks that we did in this video in one sequence. For example, tic-tac, monster walk, tail stop shuffle, rail stand, and then, you know, whatever else you're feeling. Oh, it's so bad. This is gonna challenge you to adjust your feet in between tricks, to use tail stop to slow yourself down, and to keep yourself balanced in between tricks. The most important thing is to keep it slow and smooth. Be sure to break things down into chunks, into each individual trick. Don't try to learn it all at once. And eventually, you'll be flowing and making it your own. Woo, squirrely. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Waltz Skateboarding for more trick tips just like this. Also check out the links in the descriptions for full breakdowns of all the tricks we went over in this video. And keep dancing. We'll see you next week for another trick tip. Later, y'all.